What would you do if the woman you loved, the woman you'd built a life with, booked a romantic getaway to Paris with another man, just 3 days after your life-saving surgery? My vision blurred, not from the lingering anesthesia, but from the white-hot rage that consumed me as I stared at the airline confirmation on her laptop screen. The name Mark Jensen glaring back at me. The hospital gown still clung to my weakened body, the scent of antiseptic barely masking the stench of betrayal that now filled our bedroom in our Chicago home. The tickets, first class, for two, departing from O'Hare, were for a week-long escape, a honeymoon, really, complete with a stay at a boutique hotel near the Eiffel Tower. My heart, still fragile from the bypass, felt like it was being crushed in a vice. I never thought I would find myself here, a man broken in body and spirit, discovering the ultimate treachery from the one person I trusted most. The soft glow of the screen illuminated the date, June 14th. My surgery was June 11th. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. My wife Sarah had been my rock for 15 years, or so I thought. The surgery had been sudden, a terrifying brush with mortality that left me vulnerable, dependent. I'd imagined her by my side, nursing me back to health, our bond strengthened by the ordeal. Instead, she was planning a romantic rendezvous with another man. The humiliation was a physical ache, deeper than any surgical incision. I felt like a fool, a cuckold, a pathetic invalid. The man, Mark Jensen, was a new client at her marketing firm, a slick, arrogant type I'd met once at a company picnic. He'd given me a condescending nod, his eyes lingering on Sarah a moment too long. I dismissed it then, a flicker of unease quickly doused by my trust in Sarah. How wrong I was. Looking back, the signs had been there, subtle at first, then increasingly blatant. Late nights at the office became more frequent, her phone always face down, locked, and clutched possessively. She'd started buying new lingerie, not for me, but for her secret life. Her once warm, affectionate demeanor had chilled, replaced by a detached politeness, an almost clinical efficiency in our interactions. When I'd tried to talk, to bridge the growing chasm between us, she'd become defensive, snapping at me, accusing me of being paranoid, of not trusting her. "You're just stressed with work, David," she'd say, her voice laced with an impatience I hadn't heard before. "I'm busy too, you know. My career doesn't stop just because you're having a bad week." The slow discovery was agonizing. After finding the Paris tickets, I couldn't confront her immediately. I was too weak, too shocked, too afraid of what her confirmation would do to my already fragile heart. So I started looking. I found a burner phone hidden in her gym bag, its texts a sickening chronicle of their affair. "Can't wait for Paris, my love," one read. 3 more days until we're free, another. There were photos too, intimate selfies of them together, laughing, kissing, in places I recognized: a bar in downtown Chicago, a hotel room in Dallas where she'd claimed to be on a business trip. Each message, each image was a dagger twisting in my gut. I found receipts for expensive dinners, jewelry, and even a weekend spa retreat. All paid for by Mark. My wife, the woman who preached financial transparency, was bleeding us dry for her illicit pleasures. Sarah became a master manipulator. She'd sit by my bedside, holding my hand, whispering sweet nothings about our future, about how much she loved me, all while planning her escape with another man. Her lies were so convincing, so effortlessly delivered, that a part of me, the part that desperately wanted to believe in the woman I married, almost fell for them. She'd complain about the stress of my recovery, the burden it placed on her, making me feel guilty for being sick. She was untouchable, she thought, shielded by my vulnerability, her deceit a perfectly constructed facade. Mark, her lover, was equally smug. I saw them once, from my hospital window, as he dropped her off after a supposed late meeting. He leaned in, kissed her openly. Right there on Michigan Avenue, a brazen display of their contempt for me. I hit rock bottom. The emotional pain was unbearable, a constant, suffocating weight. I cried silently into my pillow at night, the tears burning my eyes, my chest aching with a grief that felt worse than any physical ailment. My body was healing, but my soul was shattered. I lost weight, couldn't sleep, and the doctors attributed it to post-operative depression, They had no idea the true cause. But in that darkness, a cold, hard resolve began to form. The loyal, broken husband started to become strategic, then ruthless. I would not be a victim. I would not let them get away with this. I began to secretly gather proof. Every text, every email, every receipt, every photo, I meticulously copied and cataloged it. I installed spyware on her laptop, a small, undetectable program that mirrored her activities. I hired a private investigator, a discreet man named Frank from a firm on LaSalle Street, who provided me with irrefutable evidence: hotel check-ins, surveillance photos, even audio recordings of their conversations. I learned about their plans, their dreams of a life together, built on the ashes of my marriage. I discovered Sarah was embezzling funds from her company, funneling money into a joint account with Mark, all while I lay recovering. This wasn't just infidelity. It was a calculated, malicious betrayal on every level. With my evidence compiled, I began to set my traps. I consulted with a divorce attorney, a sharp, no-sense woman named Ms. Albright, whose office overlooked Lake Michigan. She outlined the legal avenues, the financial implications, the social fallout. I didn't want just a divorce. I wanted justice. I wanted Sarah and Mark to pay for every lie, every stolen moment, every ounce of pain they inflicted. I contacted Sarah's company, anonymously at first, hinting at financial irregularities. I also reached out to Mark's wife, a woman I'd never met, sending her an anonymous package containing a fraction of the evidence I had. The seeds of their destruction were sown. The public exposure was swift and brutal. I filed for divorce, citing adultery and financial misconduct, presenting my mountain of evidence. The news hit Sarah like a freight train. Her carefully constructed world imploded. Her company launched an internal investigation, quickly uncovering the embezzlement. She was fired. Her reputation in the Chicago marketing scene utterly destroyed. Mark's wife, armed with my anonymous package, filed for divorce, taking him for everything he had. His career, too, crumbled under the weight of the scandal. The story, fueled by leaked court documents and anonymous tips, became a local sensation. Sarah, once the picture of success and charm, was now a pariah, her name synonymous with deceit and greed. Her friends abandoned her, her family disowned her. She tried to fight back, to deny, to blame me, but the evidence was overwhelming. In court, she was a shell of her former self, her arrogance replaced by a desperate, pathetic fear. The judge, unmoved by her pleas, awarded me everything, leaving her with nothing but her tarnished name and a mountain of legal fees. I saw her once, months later, working as a cashier in a rundown diner on the outskirts of Los Angeles, a city she'd once dreamed of conquering. Her hair was dull, her eyes hollow, her once vibrant spirit extinguished. She didn't see me. I simply watched a ghost from her past, a silent witness to the ruin she had wrought upon herself. The Paris tickets, once a symbol of her betrayal, now felt like a distant, irrelevant memory. The revenge was complete, not with a bang, but with the quiet, chilling echo of a life utterly destroyed. She never made it to Paris. The end.